Welcome back to the Instant Fame. Today's story dives into a fascinating journey, a tale that begins with familiar innocence and ends in a powerful, jaw-dropping transformation that's got everyone talking. We're spotlighting someone whose name is etched into television history, yet who continues to redefine herself in ways few expected. Melissa Sue Anderson, once the shy, soft-spoken star of Little House on the Prairie, has shown the world that she's not just a memory from the past. What she has revealed recently has stunned even her most loyal fans. From nostalgic charm to commanding elegance, this is a story of growth, of reinvention, and of a woman who decided it was finally time to show her true self. As we rewind the clock, Melissa Sue's early fame came in waves of affection from viewers all across the country. She was the golden girl of classic American television, playing Mary Ingalls with such sincerity that people felt they truly knew her. The show carved out a space in hearts across generations, and for years Melissa was known primarily as that sweet, wide-eyed girl who endured tragedy and hope on the prairie. But like all stories rooted in youthful fame, time moved on, and so did she. Over the years, she quietly stepped back from the spotlight. Many wondered where she went, what she was doing, and why she wasn't at the center of the nostalgic revival that so many of her peers had embraced. That silence, however, was not absence, it was evolution. Melissa was choosing her moments. She was living a life away from the press, prioritizing her family, and allowing herself to mature in peace. But now, she's returned, not with a whisper, but with a statement that's turning heads for all the right reasons. Recent appearances have shown a completely different side of Melissa Sue Anderson. Gone is the timid, soft-spoken image the world had frozen in time. In its place stands a woman who is confident, poised, and yes, visually striking. She's stepping into fashion and public appearances with a new energy, boldly embracing sophisticated and daring style choices that celebrate her womanhood, her age, and her confidence. This is not about shock value. This is about someone refusing to be boxed in by the expectations the world placed on her as a child star. The shift isn't just in her wardrobe, it's in her presence. Watch her in recent interviews and you'll see a measured confidence. Her voice carries weight now, not because it's louder, but because it's rooted in experience. She doesn't chase attention, she commands it. And for many fans, it's a revelation. It's not that she's changed, it's that she's finally letting people see who she really is. What makes this transformation so captivating is how grounded it feels. There's no drama, no controversy. Just authenticity. Melissa isn't trying to erase her past, she's honoring it while showing the world she's more than it. Her choices reflect empowerment, maturity, and a keen awareness of what it means to age in the public eye, and own it. She's not hiding from time. She's walking beside it. Much of the buzz recently stems from events and appearances where she wore bold and elegant attire that drew attention not for being provocative, but for being unexpected. Social media lit up with commentary. Fans from the 70s and 80s expressed surprise and admiration. Many couldn't believe the woman standing in those photos was the same one they watched every week with their families. But it was her, and it always had been. The world just hadn't seen her this way before. Her style today is the perfect balance of graceful and edgy. Think clean lines, rich colors, and silhouettes that embrace her natural figure. She's leaning into fashion with the kind of understated boldness that demands a double take. It's not about youth. It's about presence. And at 62, Melissa Sue Anderson has presence in spades, but more than looks, what's striking is her energy. She appears energized, excited, fully alive in a way that speaks to someone who has done the inner work. Someone who has shed the need to please everyone and instead is choosing to please herself. There's power in that, especially for women in the entertainment industry, where aging has long been seen as a disappearing act. Melissa is doing the opposite. She's stepping forward, and people are noticing. Her fans have responded with overwhelming support. Comments online show admiration, not just for her looks but for her bravery in showing up authentically. Many women have written about how inspired they are to see someone age on her own terms, unapologetically. In an era obsessed with filters and youth, Melissa Sue Anderson is offering something different, grace, maturity, and unapologetic individuality. Of course, her journey hasn't been without challenges. Fame comes with its share of pressure, and Melissa has often spoken about how exhausting it can be to live under the expectations set in childhood. She's talked about walking away from roles that didn't reflect who she wanted to be. And she's been fiercely private about her family, choosing to protect that part of her life rather than expose it for public consumption. That kind of restraint is rare, and it speaks volumes about her integrity. Now, in 2025, Melissa is slowly re-engaging with her audience. She's appearing at select events, speaking about the industry, and hinting at new creative projects. There's talk of her possibly writing another book, this time focusing on aging in Hollywood and the pressures women face to remain frozen in time. If that happens, you can bet it'll be as thoughtful and unflinchingly honest as she is. Melissa Sue Anderson's story is far from over. In fact, it feels like she's just beginning a new chapter, one written in her own voice. No scripts. No stage directions. Just her, living fully and fearlessly. And that's why people are talking. That's why people are watching. Because this isn't just a comeback, it's a reintroduction. And she's making it count. Yeah, so if you've ever wondered what happened to Melissa Sue Anderson, now you know. She didn't disappear. She simply grew. Quietly, gracefully, and with the kind of strength that doesn't need headlines to be powerful. But now that she's stepping back into the light, it's clear she's got plenty left to say. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as moving and surprising as we did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories just like this. Because some stars never fade, they just shine differently over time.